YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK, and we're back with another video, guys. The grind don't stop, man. I'm really trying to hit you guys with daily uploads, engaging conversation, and having meaningful conversation, man. I really want to be able to just, pair it with you guys and get to a place where, we can fundamentally become a stronger community here. At some point, I do plan on getting a Discord and a couple of other things going to kind of elevate what I'm trying to do here and what I'm trying to build. But let me lead with just saying thank you guys for the support. Without you guys, tapping in with me on a regular, commenting and things of that sort, it really wouldn't be possible for me to be enjoying myself doing this, because I really do. So I also want to ask you guys for some ideas. So please sound off in the comments below. Give me a title for what I'm about to do here. This is going to be another video where we're talking about TVs, but we're also going through some of the comments that you guys have left. So somebody help me with an idea so that I can start titling these as such, so that it doesn't seem so clickbait like. But a general topic of discussion that I do want to have tonight, within me reading these comments before I get ready to go to bed, is I want to talk about, the A95K, the S95B, and just other premium TVs in general. So we're gonna do this in a format where I'm just gonna kind of read in some of the comments. One comment that stood out to me is from a subscriber named Flo, like literally FLOW. He said, and this is a pretty lengthy one, so just follow with me. He said, I believe every TV in the eye is in the eye of the beholder. I was definitely on the Samsung trigger, QN90B or S95B in 2022 until the update. He said, Vincent changed a great TV by his review. I don't think Samsung changed their TVs on their own behalf. So he's saying he thinks that, this person is so influential that Samsung actually listened to him, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in my personal opinion. This can be seen as a good thing or a bad thing. Really just depends on how you guys look at it, because if Samsung, who's such a big conglomerate, is listening to a YouTuber who does have a reputation, he's well renowned for calibrating TV. So, I mean, literally it's a profession of his. Then that's actually good if they're listening to the community. So to continue on, he said, at first the S95B was the pinnacle of new TVs, then became dull. Now I'm on the G2 77-inch, but I got a Samsung. I would never update it. Just my option. I don't know if he meant my opinion, but he said just my option. He says Sony, even in their perfection, is too high price for what they charge. He feels the Sony tax is too high. He said the 2.1 connections, damn, I guess that's better than those that got the Sony 900H. And within this comment, there's a lot of depth in conversation, like really good conversation. It's real organic. This particular forum is real good. So I appreciate you for leaving that comment. I want to say that, you make a lot of great points. As I said, I don't know that it's really a bad thing if they did modify the TV based on what he said. He does have a cult following. We're talking about Vincent. I'm not one of those cult followers. However, I do respect his professionalism. As I'm a professional in my own regard. I don't have the level of, knowledge when it comes to meters and things of that sort. But I'm a regular purchaser. And so, I feel like we all offer a great perspective. And so I think it's a great thing, like I said, if they ultimately did make any modifications based on that. But it kind of goes back to my point I said in a couple of videos ago. I said that, I think that this is the TV that Samsung wanted us to have. Because when you think about like what it running at the peak illumination that it did run at initially, like on all the cords, maybe it could have been disastrous for the TV. And we said it was the pinnacle. It's because we had not seen in a very long time a Samsung OLED, right? So we hadn't seen a TV so bright and so colorful. And yeah, it was great. When the S95B came out, I mean, I made several videos. One of the videos I even just kind of titled it like, is Samsung paying people to like it? Because it just seemed like everybody was just so darn delusional, in my opinion. I feel like everybody was, not everybody, but a lot of people, YouTubers and other people in comments were just extremely delusional as to what this TV technology was. It was like it could do no wrong. It was like for whatever the negatives it had, it was just like it's so perfect. And I don't personally have a problem with that. As I said, I got the TV. Like I got the TV I was ahead of the curve with getting the TV. I had the TV before it was even in any retail stores. Like I had the TV before you can go into any big places and see the TV. So it was on my radar too. I wasn't actually exercising to you guys that I was looking to get it, but I was always looking to get the TV. And so, and seeing the TV, yes, it was great. And I still think it's a great TV, which is why I don't think it's broken. But I don't want to hang too much on that. I just wanted to tell you, Flo, I appreciate, your realness and how organic your comments seem when you do leave them. So there's another comment I seen. This person, his name is Brad Martin. He said, does anybody know the difference between all the HDRs? I'm just asking because watching a movie in the HDR was overkill while SDR showed more detail. I'll really leave that for the comment section here. If you guys want to kind of chime in on that, please do so. I would appreciate it if you guys did so. I want to just kind of use these videos to get some engagement. Let's see. It's another comment I had seen that I thought was really awesome. This person named Dunn Mansion, he said, all 3 TV you have, firmware is trash. And that trash was like bold. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. I've been on the internet such a long time, but I feel like I still have a hard time of reading out trolls. So I'm not sure if he's trying to articulate something else or not. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, so I'm gonna spell it out. It is Chytin, and the last name is spelled Jhabboe. I just don't want to butcher it. Your comment says, I really love your content, man. I recently bought a 65 class Alpha 95 King, and what an amazing TV it is. He said, definitely the king of TV for 2022. He said, any content looks great on it. He said, it is so good that I went back to play games that I hadn't finished I had finished many times, like Spider-Man, Remastered, Miles Morales. He said Final Fantasy VII Remake. Dude, you played all of these games? I mean, maybe he just kind of like sampled them, I don't know. But the TV just came out, so if you played all these games that you listed, that's crazy, man. He goes on to say that it shows great graphical fidelity on PS5. He said he's not a PC gamer, but no doubt it may look even better. So I did comment to you, brother, and I just wanted to say thank you. I said thank you in response, and congrats on getting your Sony Alpha 90, your 95 King. And thank you for liking the channel and coming on the channel and commenting on the channel. That TV is amazing. It's great. I think it is the pinnacle. It is exactly what Samsung probably had intended. And I do think that Samsung is extremely capable. I want to go back to them doing a firmware update. In a perfect world, what I'd like to assume is that maybe they are trying to take a playbook out of Sony and maybe trying to be more conscious as to, figuring out a way, because this is a great company. It's a really great company, Samsung. Maybe, just maybe, they're trying to figure out a way to dial their TVs in to look more organic, but at the same time being able to still give you that illumination, give you that peak brightness and such. I mean, that would be a great thing. But for right now, Sony, the Alpha 95 King does it. It definitely does. And anybody that disagrees with that, it's totally fine for you to disagree, but, hey. Another comment from Steven. Steven said, I just got another S95B with firmware 1204. He said, poos all over the Alpha 95 King. Reviewer specials always wins toy. Laugh out loud. He said, let's be honest, those that have seen the Sammy before updates 1303.04 have had their eyes blown. Special TV that ain't that hard to get dialed in. Ha! Let me go ahead and heart you right now and thumb you up. These comments are never seen as disrespectful or offensive to me. I have the TV, so a person that owns it couldn't be, but I really think this ties more into the war, right? This is more of the Sony versus Samsung. I'm not even sure why this exists. I'm not sure why any of you guys get wrapped up into this brand loyalty to the point where we feel like we have to, have a smack in the face. Because to be honest with you, it's really not a good look that you had to buy a TV again, right? And not update it, right? Like you literally are not updating your TV to its latest firmware, which the company intended for it to be better. Again, I'm going to use my analogy that I used in the video a couple of days ago. And I said that if you buy a Nintendo Switch, if you got the Nintendo Switch from the first year, you could take that Switch, you can 100% go in and jailbreak that Switch, and you can dump any Switch game you want on it. You don't have to buy any games. You can load it, put the game in there and dump the game right to the SD card. Not what Nintendo intended for you to be able to do, which is why they made a reversion of it, right? And similarly, that's why these companies do things like firmware updates. Now, I'm not going to the extreme to say that Samsung is trying to prevent you from doing anything, but maybe they are. Maybe they're trying to prevent you from not having a TV as bright, or to change some things because they're trying to fine tweak it and get it to a place that they feel it ultimately should be. So you kind of have to pick and choose. Like if this TV had no brand name, would we even be liking it? I don't think we would. And that's the problem. That is a part of the problem. We're not appreciating the technology. We're appreciating the brand attached to the technology. And we're putting this label on Sony because we're saying that it costs so much that it's not worth it. Again, the Samsung and the Sony at a retail cost is $1,000 different. What are you getting for the $1,000? You are getting a more accurate TV. I think the Sony is better still than the Samsung out the box. Eyes blown have nothing to do with it. Calibrate it. You have to get done with the Samsung. The Sony comes out the box looking smoking. It looks really good. You got a heat sink. You got a camera. You know what I'm saying? You've just got a better quality of build. My panel doesn't have any bends on it. You've got a really nice base to it, real heavy duty base to it. There's a lot that you're getting for that Sony. So even if we were saying that realistically there was like a $600 difference between them, there's still value there in my opinion. But I respect your comment, brother. I did like it and I did heart it. So let me keep on moving down the road. All right, so this person, LB So Wavy 718, he said, so basically it's the A95K, S95B, then the C2 in that order. S95 to me still has the edge because of the game mode, and it has 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. Only thing missing is Dolby Vision. Hopefully Samsung will stop being stubborn one day and will use Dolby Vision. But I feel that if you're mainly a movie watcher, Sony is the go-to. And I'm not a PC gamer and I'm a console gamer, so it's an easy pick for me. There's a person that commented, that person says, so I guess the old saying doesn't change. Sony for movies, Samsung, LG for gaming. Laugh out loud. Okay. So let me heart both of y'all comments. And LB the Wavy, I think he's saying in response to this, could have either been to my post when I had all three, or could have been last night's video when I posted all three. And again, I know some of you guys were saying you want to see video content, but understand, you know, I did what I did just to get some content out there. It wasn't to annoy you guys, but I can't play the stuff that I got on Plex. I can't play, and I'm not going to play those boring ass demos. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing those boring demos. So I did what I did just because it's what I decided to do. But to this person's comment, you know, why do you need 4 2.1 ports? I would ask. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, because the LGs have been giving it to you for a while. The Samsung is giving it to us now. The S95B, great TV. Nothing wrong with that TV. Phenomenal, sensational TV. And if it does everything that you need to do, that's great. My pick is still, if you're diehard gaming, if you're the competitive gamer, you want the LG TV. Especially if you're PC gaming. If you want it as a monitor, you got more size options too. We got to keep that in mind too, guys. The Quantum Dot OLEDs are only in 55 and 65. You cannot get those in 42 or 48. You cannot get those in 77 or 83 or 97. You have to go to an OLED, and the best OLEDs are going to be from LG. That's my opinion. But yeah, great comment, man. I appreciate that. Douglas Wright, he said, until Samsung proves themselves more on Quantum Dot and drops money considerably, I'll rock with my 55-inch C1. He said he got one $735 pre-tax refurbished. Great, man. He said, in my guest game room, toss up for me, there's since only movies, gaming consoles. Great. He said 77 C1 is going nowhere since I got an incredible deal on it through eBay liquidation store. He said, in a 77-inch Quantum Dot OLED won't run anywhere close to that price. And what did he say? LG is the Toyota of OLED. So hard for me to justify making them quantum dot. Great, great. I think the analogy of LG being the Toyota of OLED is him saying that you're going to get best bang for the buck. They're going to last a long time. They're going to run a long time, and they're going to come with very good features. Because some of those Toyota cars are really nice, and anything that falls under that umbrella. I'm a Cadillac man myself. Yeah, and I'm trying to get myself into a C1 Corvette. So yeah, that's me. But I digress. Great comment, brother. I believe I have seen you comment several times, and I appreciate your support on the channel, Mr. Douglas Wright. And I agree with you. Until they prove themselves more, a lot of people should not consider that. I'm glad you got the 55-inch C1. It's a great option. You did a good job getting that TV. It's an amazing TV, and you keep on enjoying your OLEDs. One person said, I think this is Ayana Joe. He said, hey, sir, which TV has more depth and 3D looks? Neither of them have 3D looks. The Sony has more depth in all regards. It looks sharper, and the colors are more consistent and have the balance between the pop and the realism is what makes it the better TV, in my personal opinion. And to me, you can just simply find you a preset on there that you like, just to increase or remove the blue light, and you're good to go. Let me see. I am trying to scan through these comments. I don't know. Tell me, guys, what you think. All right. There's a person said, done deal. That's DUNN-DEAL 76. He said, what up, homie? He said, I have an 85-inch S95J in my TV room. I'm about to pull the trigger on the 65-inch Alpha 95 King for the master bedroom, and I'm also going to mount it as well. Just wondering if the 65-inch is a little too big for the bedroom. Maybe I should go with the 55. Depends on the size, brother. I don't live in a mansion, but my master suite has got a nice size to it. I'm trying to figure out right now, I'm tinkering around with moving my furniture to get the right placement. Where the way I have it now, I don't like it. Last year I thought about getting the Alpha 90 Jasper in 65-inch because of its brightness. I know it was brighter than the G1. It was brighter than everything else. So I considered it a bedroom TV because I have some bright light, you know, that comes into my bedroom, both from the restroom area and the powder room area and the actual bedroom where I sleep. And so this TV being much, much brighter does me well. So right now I have the C9, which is going to be going bye-bye soon. I have it in front of the window. I don't like the way my room looks now. Like I thought I was, but I don't like the way it looks. So I got to play around with some furniture. So ideally what you want to do is you want to try to make sure that you are able to enjoy the TV. You're going to be able to see it. I mean, it's a bedroom. So even when it's dark, it's going to be super bright. But generally you want to try to make sure that you are a foot for every, 10 inches. In the bedroom, unless you're in a really small bedroom, you're probably going to be further than that anyway. But a 55 will look good. You save a lot of money, and you're still going to get a great picture quality. Thank you for leaving that comment, brother. Let me find a couple more. All right, Steve Smith, brother, listen, I appreciate you always leaving comments. This was on the video that I posted last night. He says, is white OLED even worth mentioning now? ? He said, don't even get me started on that, TKK. He said, tell you what, ? For people that think that way, do me a favor. Don't buy a white OLED anymore and just leave them for me, because I know I will be happy. I will be more than happy. He said, the last thing I will say is this, and that is I hope that and pray LG incorporates quantum dot in their OLED sets next year, because if they do, game over. Great video as always. Mr. Steve Smith, I appreciate you, brother. You're a regular commenter. And I'm gonna tell all you guys, man, when you guys are regular, I notice your comments. I totally notice your comments. He's an advocate. He is an avid WOLED owner, and he appreciates the technology just like I do too. So with that, I will say to you guys, it is ridiculous for me to read anybody and to take that opinion as one that is serious. I have to think that you're trolling or you're joking when you ask or make a comment saying that it's not worth mentioning. It's ridiculous. It's almost as if like you know, the majority of the market on TVs being bought are not, you know, LEDs and so forth. Like there's more people that are probably, there's got to be more people buying LEDs, mini LEDs of whatever kind and capacity versus OLEDs, because there's not even enough models out to really be comparable. Add to that fact, they're still not to a price point low enough where they're entry level. They're not. I mean, they're still not entry level. No OLED that you can buy is entry level. We're not talking about a refurbished or a killer deal that you're buying from somebody, but there's no OLED price at a point where it's going to be really affordable when you're looking at some other options. Plus, in the United States, we do love, like as a people collective, we love larger TVs. So there's too many options out there for you to be able to get yourself an LED TV that's really large. So the point I'm making is, if we're not ousting that technology, how can we oust this technology just because quantum dot is here? This is what I'm saying. When you guys drink that Kool-Aid from new stuff, you can tell who is true to this and not new to this. I'm so true to this and not new to this. Don't nothing really faze me. So when I see stuff, I'm like, yeah, you know, but if you've been bossing up 7, 8, 9 years, you know what I'm saying, buying like the best TVs, and before that you were buying the best monitors, or you're not focused on the TVs and enjoying whatever you got, you know, much doesn't phase and impress you. But when you do see something that appears to be bleeding edge, like the S95B, you learn very quickly, like extremely quickly, that it's not bleeding edge anymore. Because now we're like, oh, well, the Sony doesn't look that good. I think it looks amazing. But again, let me not get off of Mr. Smith's point. Great comment. I appreciate you, brother. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. Is white OLEDs worth mentioning? Are LEDs worth mentioning? Should we only be talking about quantum dots? If we're only talking about quantum dots, we're talking about a 34-inch ultra wide. We're talking about a 65-inch and a 55-inch. 3 TV sets. Is that literally all we need? No, I'm gonna tell you guys, because that 65-inch where I have it is not big enough. So that's one of the reasons that I'm going to digress on that and tell you guys that I do appreciate you. If you didn't like this video, leave me some constructive criticism. I want to know if you guys got any opinions or ideas on titles so that we can get this named, and we can maybe do this once a week. If you did like the video, leave a thumb up. Please leave some comments, some more questions. Maybe I can take your questions and make another video in another couple of days. We're going to have some Alpha 90K content coming tomorrow. You guys are going to see this video right after 1 o'clock a.m. But we got some content that's going to be coming later this evening from the same date that you're seeing it with the Alpha 90 King. I love that TV in 48-inch. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. God bless. Max love.